Hello everyone, this is Sanyukta Saxena. I am a certified Zentangle teacher, and today's session we'll be furthering our journey on the morphing tiles series. Yes, we are going to morph tangles, move from one tangle to another in a rather seamless and easy and gradual and very organic manner. Yes, that's the whole exercise, and that's what the series is all about. So today again I'm going to be starting with a grid tangle, which is called W2. Yes, it is kind of a grid based tangle. Tangle is a simpler version of HUGGINS, we can say. So I'm starting here with some squares. Yes, if you're not comfortable directly drawing the squares, so I'm just for the sake of reference drawing these grid lines along which I'm going to be drawing the squares to insert the tangle W2. Yes, so start inserting these squares at each of the intersections. A little bigger ones would be a good idea. Yes, something like this. Drawing behind there, going by my border, not crossing the border, but you can overlook the border if you wish to. Not visible here. Squares, small squares, and I'm inking them. Yes, so once you're done with that, the next step is to connect, alternate and mirror. So as I move horizontally, I'm going to alternate the lines, and since the tangle is W2, I'm going to keep the lines straight. The next line will be a mirror image, so it will be inside, and then you can again alternate as you move further. The next will be again a mirror image, and then you can again alternate, and this one will be a mirror image. Yes, now rotate and connect in the same fashion. Yes, alternate. As I go like this, I'm alternating. As I move like this, I'm mirroring. Yes, I think we are done. So that's the tangle W2. Now, if I want to extend this tangle to the next level, I'm going to mark some space here, probably till here, and draw a rough grid. Yes, in such a way something like this, that the square falls somewhere in between these two lines. Yes, this square falls somewhere in between my pencil lines. That's what I'm doing. Yes, and then I'm going to add two more lines. So here's one more square grid. Yes. Now I'm gradually going to move to a tangle called STOIC. Yes, so this line goes up, this line goes like this, and this will go like this. So first one can be tricky. You might want to ink this line because you need the grid for the tangle. Only the first one would be a little tricky because you are kind of merging two tangles, moving on to the second tangle from the first. Yes. So now I'm going to first ink the grid to avoid any confusion. So this is the grid line. Yeah, that's the grid line. So the tangle I'm drawing here is basically stoic. So we will have 3 lines like this, and we will have 2 lines like this, as many lines as it is possible. So these lines will run like this, then 2 lines like this. Yes. This tangle is called stoic. So here this part can be a little tricky, so go slow, take your time. Only 2 portions are visible. Only half of the stoic is visible. When I draw the full, probably you will be able to understand which tangle. Take your time. And finally, again, following the same. So this part can be a little confusing, but now as I move on to the next, I think it will be clear. So again, I'm going to add those squares, this time in between, like this. Yes. Now you can either keep the directions same or you can vary the directions. Yes, I'm going to keep it same. And then I'm going to draw the complete tangle now. Like this. Yes. So we have moved from our W2 to stoic. Again, the same exercise, moving clockwise. Yes, extending each side of the square to the opposite side of the bigger square, the grid. Yes, that's the tangle stoic. So we kind of moved, extend, 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 extend. This is clockwise. You can always extend anti-clockwise also. Don't bother about how many lines in each section. It's okay. Extend. So once you're done with the first column, the second would be easy since you're drawing full complete ones. The first one was partially inside your W2, so it was a little tricky. Even I was getting confused, so I went slow. Even if 1 or 2 strokes go here and there, that's fine. They get lost in the finished tile. So don't bother. No mistakes, remember. So I am now on the third column, continuing in the same fashion. Take your time. So these small tiny squares build that connect of this tangle with W2. It's good to find that kind of a connect when you are morphing. Some strokes which are common, which kind of relate to your previous tangle. Keep rotating your tile if you are not comfortable drawing all the lines in different directions without rotating. Yes, you can always rotate and draw the lines. Yes, rotate and draw the lines. Rotate and draw the lines. Rotate and draw the lines. Always a good idea. So just a few more left. The squares are of different size. So somewhere the lines are 2, somewhere 3. Don't bother. Go with the flow. Yes, so let me finish these. So I'm done drawing my STOIC. From STOIC, we can very comfortably move on to 1, 2, 3, 4, a tangle called KEEKO. Yes, here probably you will have to keep the number of lines constant. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can give the lines a slight curve. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is already there. 2, 3, 4. So we are gradually moving to something without a grid, and this tangle is called KEEKO. Yes. So once you are done with the first row, then comes alternating the direction of the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the tangle KEEKO. Take your time. One or two lines extra here and there doesn't matter. More or less keep the number of lines same. Yes, so I'm going to continue with the same, add 1 or 2 more layers. You draw at your own pace, be patient. Tangle pattern KEEKO. Yes. So I'm on the last column, yes. Now you have these loose ends which can be taken anywhere. Yes, by loose ends I mean these. I can take it any which ways I want. Yes. So let's draw something like hollowbog or mysteria, any tangle that you feel like. Since I'm joining the ends, I would call it mysteria, and adding these tentacle kind of shapes. You can draw so many of them since you have so many open ends. Yes, I'm also going to draw behind a lot. So take your time. You have many open ends here. So extend your KEEKO and draw any tangle of your choice. These open ends can be used for poke root, for poke leaves, anything at all. So many tangles which can use these open ends as stems. Yes, so I'm just giving you a cue, just giving you some ideas. Make it your own. Take it from there, take it further. So there is no rule to morphing. Just find a connecting point, find something which kind of builds a relationship between the tangles. It can be anything, don't have to be some stroke. So I am just randomly drawing these sharp tentacle shapes, something like we draw in the tangle mysteria. And then we fill up the in-between spaces with the tangle tipple. You can also draw hollowbog in the same fashion. That's perfectly fine. Yes, I think we have enough now. So the rest of the space we can comfortably fill with tipple. If you want to add more, you can go on, add some more. Make sure you draw behind a lot. And then I'm going to just fill in the in-between spaces with tipple. Big, small, whichever way you like it. You want to leave some spaces empty, you can do that. But more or less, Mysteria would have these spaces filled with tipple. Yes, so I'm going to take my time, slowly go to each of these spaces and insert tipple, squeeze in orbs Make sure you don't leave much spaces in between, and if you still have them, just fill it up with black. The shape does not matter. Squeeze the orbs, fill in the spaces that you have. Yes. So I'm done drawing my tipples, and some of the spaces higher up I'm just adding some dots, keeping it empty. Something like this. Redoing the lines wherever required. If they have kind of gone hazy. Yeah. So let us now shade our tile, and then we shall see if we want to add something else. We can do that. So as far as W2 is concerned, you have to highlight the overlaps. Make sure your pencil is sharp. Add some shadow where lines seem to be going under. Yes. Let us now blend. Leave a highlight as you blend. Yes. So we are done blending our W2. So the lines look like a weave. And then we will move on to our STOIC. Yes, STOIC, we have to highlight the grid. Spaces are small, so don't add too much graphite. The first part can be a little tricky. So I'm just highlighting the grid. Yeah. Yes. The second part will be easier. So you just have to add where the lines are changing direction. Just a slight touch. Spaces are small, so you don't want entire thing gray. You can also shade on the grid line, that is the square grid that we started with. You can also shade on the square grid. Slowly go to each of the intersections. And the third one in the same way. Yes. So I am done blending my STOIC wherever we had added graphite with a very soft hand. Make sure you don't make the entire thing gray. As far as KEEKO is concerned, just add on the grid. Not much. Soft touch. We don't want too much graphite. So I'm kind of highlighting the grid. So again, I'm not going to blend too much, keeping my stub erect, making sure there are discrete white portions. And then the same thing, just soft touch to soften the graphite. Not too much of blending. Yes. And then the Mysteria, you can just shade it as a whole. Add some thick graphite at the edges. Something like this. And then just pull it towards the center. Make sure you have a section white. Something like this. Yes, you can also enclose this portion, but since there is a connection with the KEEKO, I don't wish to do that. Yes, now as far as this part of the tile, your W2 is concerned, you can always add some bit of embellishments. Yes, so if you really want to build a connect, you can add some mysterias, kind of making their way to the W2. Yes, you can add some black pearls sitting on your KEEKO. So these are embellishments, optional. You may or may not do them. Yes, a little extra weight on one side. And you can add a touch of chalk here. Some bit of chalk to highlight the center. Yes, you can give touches of chalk here also, but I don't think it's required since it's already white. But if you want to highlight, you can add touches on your STOIC. Something like this. They will look like shimmer or shine. Yes. So that's our tile for today. I'm going to close it now. Put in your chop sitting nicely on your tile. You must initial your tile, sign and date it. So I shall see you again with some more sessions on morphing. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.